Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about getting the most out of your CRM. And CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. And it's typically software that we use to manage our real estate business. And so I'm going to talk about some of the steps to enable you to get the most out of your CRM. Now, the first step involved in your CRM is putting together a list of contacts. So you're going to put together a prospect list. And this list is going to consist of pretty much everyone that you know. So it's going to be friends, family members, acquaintances, anyone that you know is going to go on your prospect list. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to put this list together of all of the people that you know. And as you go through, you're going to add to this list daily. Okay? So you want to develop a prospect list, start out with everyone that you know, and then you want to add to that list daily if possible. And in another video, we'll talk about adding to your prospect list. But for now, that's just one of the steps involved in getting the most out of your CRM. So now you've got your prospect list, and hopefully you're adding to it daily. And the next step is to categorize. Or group your contacts. Categorize or group your contacts. If you can remember from a previous video, we talked about this, that there's three groupings of contacts typically. There's the A list. These are people that you know and who have done business with you, or they've given you a referral. There's the B list. And the B list are people that you know, they know you, but they haven't yet given you a referral or purchased or sold a house to you. And then there's the C list, which is essentially everyone else. These are your prospects. These are the people that maybe don't even know you yet. They're leads, things of that sort. Those are the C. So you could categorize your list into groups of A, B, C. So your A list are the people that are the most often, they've given you referrals, they have already purchased from you, or they're the B list. So put them in a group and categorize them according to the group that they fit in. And next thing that we want to do after we've set up our groups is we want to add them to a drip campaign. Now, their drip campaign is going to be determined by which group that they fit in. So your drip campaign might be a newsletter that goes out to your A clients. The drip campaign for the B clients might be basic real estate information and asking them for a referral. Your drip campaign for a prospect or lead might be developed based on whether they're a buyer or seller, whether they're a FSBO, whether they're an expired listing. So the drip campaign needs to fit with a category or group of people. And good CRM software allows you to group people into categories, and it also allows you to put the same contact into multiple groups. So for instance, you could have an A list and a B list client in the same group. So if you have a newsletter that you're sending out, both your A list and your B list clients may receive that newsletter. So keep in mind that you can do that. Now, the fifth step for getting the most out of your CRM database is to keep notes. Keep notes. Keep notes of what happened when you place a phone call to one of your clients. Then write down what you talked about and record it in your CRM. If you had lunch with them, write down in your CRM that you had lunch and even record who paid for the lunch. This is a great way to keep track of things so that the next time you reach out and contact them, you can review your notes prior to that contact, and that will remind you. So if it's your turn to buy lunch, when you look at your notes, you'll realize that. And so when you call someone to schedule their lunch appointment, you can say, you bought lunch last time, it's my treat this time. Something of that sort. So keep notes on what you discussed last. Or maybe when you called a client up, they said, hey, I'm probably not going to do anything with my house, but in June, I'm thinking that, maybe I might like to sell and move up. So if you had this conversation with them in January or February, you're probably not going to remember that in June they had this. But if you keep good notes, you can reference back to that and realize, oh yeah, we talked back in January or February, and they said in June they would be interested in moving. So that note then refreshes your memory of what you talked about last. Okay? And then the next thing that you want to do is schedule a future event. So let's say you're talking to somebody in January or February, and they tell you that in June they might be interested in moving. Then in May or April, you may want to reach back out to them. So in your CRM, schedule a future event to give them a call, send them an email or text, or write them a note and remind them that, and see if they're still on track to move in June. Now, sometimes when you reach out to them, you'll find out, they're going to wait a year, and so you put them on a further out type of thing. But if you talk to them in April or May, and they say, yeah, in June, we're really thinking about that, then you want to make sure that you tighten up that contact so that you make sure that you contact them in early part of June or later part of May to make sure that you get that listing and that you get them as a buyer's agent. So always schedule a future event. And then the last step, keep notes. Notice I have that in here twice. Okay? Keep notes. Okay? So every time you schedule a future event, and every time that future event comes up, you're going to keep notes of what happened on that future event, and then you're going to schedule a new future event. So this just kind of loops around and keeps going. You keep notes, schedule a future event. When that event comes around, you keep notes of what happened, schedule a new future event. And that's how you make the most out of your CRM. You put together a prospect list, first of all, of everyone you know. You add to that list daily if possible. You categorize or group your contacts in your database. You add a drip campaign so that you can automatically stay in touch with these people on a regular basis. You keep notes about what you talked about. You schedule future events to make sure that you don't let things fall through the cracks. And then you keep notes about what happened at those future events and schedule new future events. That's what it takes to make money with your CRM, your customer relationship management software. Wish you the best of success and hope you have an awesome day.